Good day, children. It's Charlie at Charlie's Flybox, and today I'm going to talk about 5 streamer fishing accessories because it is streamer time. It is fall. You can fish other things now, but streamers are kind of what we've been waiting for, and here we are. Fall has finally come around. We're going to catch some fish on streamers. So when you're going out to fish with streamers, if you haven't done it a lot before, I'm going to talk to you about a few different things that you really should have on you when you go do it, and maybe things that you didn't think about. First and foremost is your leader. Don't take your 9-foot 5X leader and tie a $7 streamer to the end of it. You'll immediately lose it. That is great for me, great for sales, not so hot for you. Upsize your leader diameter, your tippet diameter. Typically, I fish most streamers on a 0X leader. I like a 9-foot 0X leader on a floating fly line. If I'm using a sink tip fly line or a tip, I'll go to a shorter leader, but for the most part on a floating fly line, which is what I use for streamer fishing most of the time, I'll use a 9-foot 0X leader. That's going to, when you get a fish eating your streamer, he's going one way, you're stripping the other way. It's just too easy to break off that lighter diameter tippet. So a 9-foot 0X leader, just regular nylon is fine. I usually add fluorocarbon tippet to the end of it. So I cut the tippet off of this leader, the first 15 inches or so, 15 to 18 inches, and I'll replace it with fluorocarbon in 0X also. I've talked about this before. The reason I do that is the regular nylon, as you're beating the bank with your fly, it will get beat up, it'll turn white, it'll be all rough, and it will break. If you replace that first thing with a piece of fluorocarbon, you can fish that piece of fluorocarbon all day. It just doesn't get beat up at the same rate, so it's just much more durable. While it is more expensive, you probably use less of it. If you replace the tippet with nylon every time, you're going to be doing it a lot more often. Max likes a 7.5-foot 0X leader when he's wade fishing. It's well established that he's douchey. So, I mean, you could take that for what it's worth. Everyone knows. I think there might be a video about it on Instagram. His argument is stripping a streamer in on smaller water, you're dragging the tippet knot or the leader butt connection in through your tip top a lot more often. So a 7.5-foot leader is another option. On big water, or if I'm fishing out of the boat, I find that it pulls the fly up too close to the surface. But wade fishing, he might have a valid point. Maybe. You should probably get one of each and grab some 0X tippet. Now, that being said, you should also have, and the reason I bring this up, which is 2X fluorocarbon tippet, the reason you should have some 2X is, one, you probably don't already own it. That this is an odd size. It's not something that you typically fish a nymph on. It's too big to fish to dry on, but it's perfect for a smaller dropper streamer, tandem streamer rig. So if you're going to fish a big fly and a small fly, like we talked about in the tandem streamer video, this is the stuff that you would connect those two with. A smaller size 8 bugger or muddler or just smaller fly in general. The reason you don't want to tie that to the 0X is the diameter is such that it's just going to slow the sink rate. That's also just coincidentally why I don't like to use Maxima for leader or tippet material, because it's just big diameter. It's very strong, it's very tough, it's very stiff, but it just doesn't allow the fly to sink as well as the smaller diameter fluorocarbon stuff does. So have some 2X, have some OX, that'll cover you. Typically, it depends on how often you go though, but I'd say this will cover you all the way through the fall and into the spring if you're not busting off every 5 seconds, which you shouldn't be with this kind of stuff. That's one of the nice things about this. You don't lose very many flies unless you just bury them where you just can't get to them anymore. To the end of that leader, a micro swivel. And a micro swivel is just a little tiny swivel. These are 40-pound tests. I just read on here, they're black finish for wary fish. So any concerns you had about wary fish being turned off by these, Scientific Angler has assured us that that is of no concern at all. The thing I like about these, it is not so much that it allows that keeps the twist out of your tippet. It does, but more importantly, and what I've found over the years, when you're streamer fishing, you tend to do a lot of sort of weird, non-conventional casting. You're kind of, hucking far over one shoulder and kind of throwing over the other shoulder, especially as you get tired through the day. And what you are doing is twisting up your fly line by swinging that fly around in big circles. If you put a swivel between your leader and your tippet, like I said, cut the nylon tippet off of the leader, tie in a swivel, tie your fluorocarbon tippet to the other side, that will eliminate a lot of that twist that works its way back up your fly line. If you, at this point in the year, haven't cleaned your fly line, you should do that, but you'll notice when you do that very often, if you've been streamer fishing, as you push that glide box down the line, you'll see the coils come out of your fly line. This eliminates a lot of that. So it's a huge help, and it's something that's really easily overlooked. Excuse me. What is this? Fourthly, sign. What? 1, 2. Oh, we're on 3. He's right. Excuse me. SA sonar leader kit. What this is are basically VersaLeader type heads. In this kit, there is a hover, an intermediate, a type 3, and a type 6, and a floating head. All with a micro swivel already attached to the end. So you can loop these onto the end of your fly line and achieve various different sink rates. Type 3, Type 6 tend to be the most effective or most useful, I guess, in a river fishing situation. In lake fishing, those slower sinking intermediate and hover can kind of work for you there as well. This is a good way to have one fly line but be able to cover a few different depths. You don't need much tippet added to the end of these. You can take a straight piece of 0X and tie your fly right straight to that. You don't necessarily need a whole leader attached to it. You want the sinking line piece, this piece attached closely to the fly so that it can influence the fly and pull it down. That's something that's easy to throw in your pack, doesn't take up a lot of space. You can easily just take just the 2 heads maybe that you're going to use. You don't have to carry the whole thing. You can see those don't take up much space at all, not much more than a liter, but a good way to go about having a sink tip option along with you while you're out there.
Those things are awesome.
Max says these things are awesome, and he likes them. I don't know if you guys heard. Max is a big fan. He actually is. He talks about these all the time. I seem to catch all my fish. I catch fish anyway. It doesn't matter. I don't need any of this stuff. I mean, I just open the box. I just open the box and they jump in. But if you don't have that same skill level yet, skill level, maybe it's more than skill. Let's see, next thing. So while you're out streamer fishing, and again, if you don't have that skill level, you might occasionally smash your fly into a rock on the bank or jam it into a log somewhere along the way and round the hook point over. It happens to the best of us. And it's something that you need to pay attention to. Every few casts, I usually pull my fly in and check it, just make sure. But very often you pull your fly in and the hook point is rounded over. You need some sort of a file to touch up those hook points. This is a Tiemco ceramic hook hone, perfect for it, even works on small flies. It's smooth on one side and it's got some little grady teeth here on the other side. If you need to kind of reshape a point, those are perfect for it. Also, these Dr. Slick Cyclone nippers, the new version, has got a built-in hook file. And incidentally, it's also got an eye cleaner, and what I would use this for is to help tighten knots down. That's a nice little anchor point, something you can hang on to. So, you know, in your streamer kit, you can just throw a set of those in there, and you've got the file built in. That is something that's really often overlooked. Don't have 7 fish eat your fly and wonder why you didn't hook them, and then pull it in and find out that there's no hook point. Check it, sharpen it, keep it pointed. The pointy end is much more effective than a rounded end. So some sort of hook file. And then finally, there's a lot of different ways to store streamers when you go out fishing. Max and I do agree on this one. This is the 3618 Umpqua Bug Locker box. I have a couple of these in my boat box, and the thing I like about them is I can take them out of the boat box and I can put them in my pack and they fit in there nicely. What this box does is it's got dividers in it. There's 18 compartments, but you can pull these dividers out and make however long a compartment you need. And you can hold a pile of flies in one of these. It's not necessarily that you need to carry a pile of flies. You can carry 2 or 3 of each one, maybe 2 of each one, and have everything covered, but you know I'm incapable of doing that, so I carry all of them. This box is great for carrying a ton of streamers. Max said he drills a couple holes in the bottom corner here on the bottom of the box, so at the end of the day when he's got wet flies, he sticks them in there, and that keeps them from rusting while he drives home. I don't know why he couldn't just take them out when he got home, but it makes him feel good, and you know, we try to support that kind of thing. Drill holes, yeah, drill holes in there if you like. But that's a great box. It's super light, it's cheap. It's actually a great box for all kinds of stuff. I have a stack of them, and they fit nice and neatly in my boat box. So yeah, surprisingly thin, and hold a surprising amount. I actually was going through my baby Gonga box this morning, and there are shit ton of baby gongas in one of these boxes. I mean, hundreds of them
I've seen
in
those,
one of these
yeah,
boxes.
probably.
It really does hold a ton of flies, and you could keep them somewhat organized. It just depends on how many you have. I have just wads stuck in each one of those little bins, but the adjustable size range makes that really nice because you can have big flies, small flies, and they're not jumbling all around where they're all jammed to one side from sitting in your box like this. Great choice, great choice. If you do a lot of boat fishing, these MFC boat boxes are a great way to do it. This kind of stuff is really nice because you can pull it out of your boat box and you can carry it along. But if you fish out of a boat a lot, this is a great way to organize your streamers by size and color, and open it up like a book and sit and peruse and decide which one you're going to use. They're waterproof, they're sealed up, they're a fantastic box. They hold a ton. You could add a sleeve to the middle. They have versions of this that you could put dry flies in as well. But I think these really, the forte of these boxes is streamer storage. This is another way that you can go about this. Is you can put all your big streamers in here and kind of have your bulk of your streamers in a bigger box like this, and then maybe one day you're going to go wade fish. You take a smaller box like this, pick a few out, throw them in there, and off you go. Everybody's got a little different way to do it. You'll figure out your own way. But until then, hopefully the top 5, and I think I actually had 5 this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things: hook file, tips, tippet or micro swivels, and leader and tippet, and fly boxes.
You really struggled.
I did. I got hung up on the tips. There's your 5.
Hell yeah.
Order them up, put them in your box, go out, catch some fish, call us back, tell us how great it was.
The circle of life.
It is the circle of life. I hope you have a good time doing that. You will. I know you will. That's my favorite thing to do. Go do it.